What does transformation healing mean to you? What challenging have you overcome in your life that transformed who you are today? Good morning, everyone, or good evening, wherever you are. So, welcome to Tuesday Transformation Healing Podcast. I'm your host, Riya Wang, a certified transformation healing mentor, a spiritual teacher. I help my clients through the transformation healing and the spiritual awakening to connect with the true, unique inner power, transcend the limitation, brought back the best of the self with the passion, joy, and happiness. I have been travel around the world to interview people from all over the place, then with no race, no age. All of my clients, all of my guests come from the worldwide, come here to share this story, to share the inspiration, stories, and the wisdom with all of you. Today, I have my special guest, Grenwoolf, is a spiritual mentor, teacher of energy medicine, and a best-selling author who chose his mission to carry on the spirit of his work and help walking along with those who searching for their healing path, with maybe be grateful from the last ones. Alan is coming forward with his experience of a lifetime as a Reiki Master, Shamanic healer, and the love of happiness. Welcome to my podcast, Alan.
Thank you, Riya. So good to be here.
It's so great to have you. So, you are the best-selling author. I have the book here. I can see. That is the book just public. When is the public this book?
Well, it just came out. Actually, the hard copies just came out a few weeks ago. It is all out on Kindle right now. That's been out for about a month, and we've been getting some good results from it. As you can see, we're #1 international bestsellers, and it's a collaboration of love between not only myself, Ria's also in the book, but we have 4 others who have contributed to this book of love, book of healing, book of transformation to help one and all in our struggles of life, in our struggles to find our journeys, just in struggles to keep going forward and to realize that the struggles are just lessons.
Absolutely. I think
for those experiences.
Yes, I meet Alan in this book project. So each of us, I think we have like 15, 16 people in that project. Each of us have the story to share. I think how amazing is sometimes even we are in the challenging, but as I said, the challenging expanding ourselves goes through with the challenging that we become who we are today.
That's so true. And one other thing too is that the book has a lot of people who come from different aspects of life. And even though we do come from different areas, our one main theme is to learn the experiences, to share our love, and to help our fellow man to progress and to journey.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your stories, Alan. We know we talk here about the transformation healing, and then in your book you talk about the grieving from the healing, right? Healing from your grieving.
Yes. Many transformations, a lot of mini ones, but then the one major one that I wrote about in the book was the passing of my wife, who, instead of saying passing, I say she went home. And she went home before I did, type of thing. But my transformation was the healing through the grieving of that. We had a very spiritual connection, which is still true today. And that's part of what my chapter is about, is that even though that our loved ones may not be here physically, spiritually, they still are. And they are walking with side. If you close your eyes, you can feel them, you can hear them, you can even sense their presence, and you know that they're there. You just can't physically see them. So we're never disconnected from any of our loved ones. They are always with us, and we are always with them. And we are to carry on that message and just know that the grieving part of it, grieving is just a physical aspect that we have to go through. It's a detox of sorts for our body. But to know when you come out of that, life is great, life is grand. And it's so much better when you can release that grief and truly live your next chapters of your life. It's so wonderful.
Yes, I think grateful is part our body goes through with this process. You know, we all know we are this spirits living this physical body. When you're born, then you will die one day. That is the journey. How do you live in this period of the time? Then in our this journey in our life, each of us, we meet so many people. So many people come to our life for different reasons. Some we love ones. Some we lost parents. Some we lost different people we love around us, right? Then how if the people who don't have that spiritual awakening? I want to ask you here, Alan, what are the tips you can give to them that they can be move forward with the grief?
It's nice that you asked that, because I had a revelation just this last couple of weeks, before I came back to Washington, which is where I'm from. Whether you have religion or not, waking up with a sense of gratitude, being thankful just to be here, being reminded of the loved ones who love you now, and living in the present moment. You know, we can remember the past, we can remember the lessons that we learned, but we cannot live in the past. And then also, too, we cannot live in the future. We can prepare for the future and get things ready, but to constantly look forward, this is where we're centered. And just when you wake up in the morning, put a smile on your face and just say, I am thankful for being here. I'm so happy. I know this is going to be a great day. And when you do, and you go out that front door with that, I know it's going to be a great day attitude, it will be a great day. And you'll see how everything falls into place and how people come into your lives, even unexpectedly. You'll get so many surprises when you can live from a place of gratitude and happiness.
That's beautiful. I think gratitude and love. We heard if your heart full of the love and the gratitude, there will be not have another space for some different, unpleasant emotion to be there.
Correct. Yeah. If you're always in the state of joy, just being around, it doesn't leave any room for negativity to come in, or doesn't leave room for any unhappiness to settle in. You're too busy being happy. You're too busy being loved. And when you can share that, even just a
I
giving
think,
them that special day.
yes.
Yes,
So Alan's internet is in and out. We can hear half his talk. Then maybe half another talk is from his spirits just rumbling. So we can guess what is he's saying.
well, we try. It's the internet. What can you expect? But
Yes.
hopefully you hear what you need to hear.
That's absolutely. So no matter what the situation coming, so we just be accepted, then be grateful, and also in the same time, I think be more acceptance. That is important things I was looking for. How when things happening, when things you cannot at that moment to change, so accept what it is, then changing your different expected the thoughts that will be make the situation getting more better. Does that make
That's
sense
true.
to
And
you?
very much so. Very much so. And also remember that you are in charge of your own life. It's your journey, it's your fate, or however you want to look at it. Others cannot live it for you, others cannot give it to you. It's all within inside your heart. Look within and you'll find your answers.
I love what you just said. It's you. The love cannot give to you except if you don't have that in your heart. So find the love from your inner self, then share that love with other people. I have the question for you, Alan, here. I always have a lot of questions. One of my clients a few months ago, I was talking when was beginning of clients. I always brought some clients questions because that is part people deal with the questions. The question is, he lost his wife a year ago. Then he feel guilty about lost his wife. His doctor. Then the reason he feel guilty, he said, if I find it earlier, maybe that can change the situation. Why I couldn't find it earlier? I find that when we find that also late. So he been live with this guilt after his wife passed away for years.
Yes, I can understand that. I felt the same way with my wife. Even though we were together for 22 years, had I met her earlier, how things could have changed. But then I wouldn't have my two boys. I wouldn't have a beautiful stepdaughter because of it. And there'd be a lot of other things that would be different. Yes, you wish you could have changed it, and then you can envision how life could have been so beautiful. But isn't it beautiful for the time that you have? How could that person be as beautiful as they were at that moment? Don't you think they had to go through those experiences to be at that point, to be that beautiful person when you did get to meet them? Maybe they might have changed if you met them earlier. They might not have been the same person. So life has a reason. Our journeys have a reason. And
I think Alan's
we
internet.
just accept them the way they are. And yeah.
Yeah. Life have a reason. Every experience we are experienced, so must be have a different reason. I was tell my clients, if you say if you find earlier, or if you do, the no matter what the if is happened, since it's already happened, the if doesn't change anything except you change your life now, changing your thoughts now. You have the life continue move forward, bring that beautiful memory with you. It's not bring that if with that guilt feelings, then block you move forward.
That is so true.
Yeah. So we hear some words that maybe your spirit is hiding. Don't let us hear that wisdom with your internet. Then here is another. Share a little bit with us, Alan. What is we know this is big challenging. Your wife passed away. Then you say it's a couple years ago.
That is true. Yeah, it's been 2 years. And I can truly say that as of this point, I am 99% healed. You know, to say we're completely healed, I think there's always those little memories that come up to bring a little tear to your eye. And that's just what they do. And that's what you carry with you.
I
But I
love you
know,
said.
yeah, I know for right now, this is the best time of my life. This is really the best time. Every day is the best time of my life. And I'm so excited for the future. I'm so excited for what today's going to bring and tomorrow. But, and that's the way that we need to live. Keep moving forward and keep love in your heart for your fellow man.
That means you transformed from your grief in the emotions to become today feel more gratitude, loved even by yourself, by people who are around you. You have more passion to live.
That's true. And it is. It's been a total journey of finding myself all over again. Last time I was by myself was when I was a teenager, many years ago. But yeah, to learn to love yourself is the biggest journey of them all. And once you find out, wow, you have the tiger by the tail.
Wow. Tell us a little bit, share with us a little bit how these 2 years what is the step you did to love yourself? Because we all know love ourselves is more important. But sometimes that's just the word. Sometimes you know you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't feel bad, shouldn't feel not good enough, shouldn't feel grief, shouldn't feel a lot of things, but you continue to feel that way. So how do you start to release that?
Well, for me, when I hit rock bottom, I was constantly reminded to breathe, and not just breathe regular. Take a deep breath, hold it in, and take 2 or 3 more. And then you feel yourself coming alive. Your soul wants to live. And when your soul starts to speak to the rest of your body, everything starts to wake up. The breathing was the biggest part. Anytime that I felt the grief come in, I heard a whisper from some beautiful soul on the other side that would say, breathe. And when I could breathe deeply, I was able to right myself and bring myself forward. Each step is a baby step. There's no way that you can take and get this solved by next week or next month or even next year. Everybody's different, and you have to take small baby steps, and eventually you will come out to the end, and you will finish triumphant. You will finish loved. You will finish full of gratitude and just totally happy with who you are. And you'll be surprised at all the wonderful friends that you meet along the way.
That is beautiful, beautiful said. Breathe. So I think, do you? I was asking also, do you bring any the gift and to show some tips here how we can breathe? We said breathe. Do you talk about the breath meditation? Do you talk about breath practice, or do you talk about just general breath?
Well, for me, and what worked good for was just a general breathe, a nice deep breath. I would also follow it up with some meditation to some wonderful music. I like listening to the Native American flutes. I love listening to the sound of the ocean, waves crashing, whatever calls to you, some soft, gentle music. And when you breathe in your meditation, breathe in the light. Picture that you're connecting with up above, and you're also sending down and connecting with Mother Earth. And when you connect with the oneness source, we call them God. They're all the same meanings, but they're all the same divine being. When you connect with the heavens above and you bring that through your heart center and then connect down to Mother Earth and then come back up and just hold that breath for a few moments. Then take another deep breath and let it out slowly. And as you connect and then you feel that warmth in your heart, then you know that you're truly connected. And then meditate, see where it takes you. See if you have a message waiting for you, or if you want to talk to yourself or your inner child, you can do that. It's the start of a wonderful journey. But breathing, meditating, listening to, getting out in nature. That's another big one. Just go for a walk. Get out into the trees, get away from the pavement and the cement. And if you can, get away from the noise of the city. Get out in nature. It is so wonderful and so connecting. And that's how we are tapping into Mother Earth to remind us of who we are. And she is so wonderful. And then as you're in the middle of that, stand alone and say a little prayer to God. And he will bring that comforting and that warmth right back into you. And you have your angels and everybody else who are working with you. Spirit guides will come. You just ask and they are there. There's so much help. All you have to do is ask.
Breathe. Go connect with the nature. The nature always gives us what we need. We come from the nature, then we go back, connect with nature. That is true. Just like I think 2 days ago, I was hike by myself in the nature. Then when I look around the nature, even that is challenging, pass the hill, go deep, but I feel so much the joy when I connect with the wind, pay attention with the wind, with the breeze, with the leaves, the lights, even the water in the creek, everything. I think that they just wash out. Too much the thoughts, too much things stay in one place. When you start moving, that energy start to move.
Yes. And it's all energy, and we are all energy. And just like I wrote into my chapter, just remember that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And going for a walk in nature, connecting with God, connecting with ourselves, just totally reminds us that we are truly spiritual beings just having a physical experience.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for coming here to share your stories, your wisdom. And before we leave here, tell us how people can find you.
Well, I'm probably the easiest to find. You can email me directly at alangrenwoolf@gmail.com, or you can also look on my website at alangrenwoolf.com. I'm also on Facebook, the same, Alan Grenwoolf. And feel free to contact me. I would love to chat. And if I can help in any way, I'll be more than happy to.
Thank you, Alan. It's so great to have you here. If you are listening this podcast or you're watching this podcast show, you have questions or you have some you have some challenging to deal with your grief, then you want to find help from Alan. You know where to find Alan. Thank you, everybody. I'm looking forward to see you next Tuesday. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Riya. Thank you, everybody. Bless you and hope you have a good day.